Can a goblin give better dating advice than your therapist?
Shiny, 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 always good.
Apparently so. Hi, welcome to Good Morning GoodNight, the show for the overcaffeinated, understimulated, easily excited, and the perpetually demotivated. I'm Naz Nazar. Let's get right into it. So, dating. Dating. Right. So when it comes to dating, we think that the first date is probably the most important one.
Shiny, shiny, shiny. Happy loves the shiny.
And he's got a point. You want the first date to be shiny. You want it to be exciting. But does that mean you have to spend a lot of money?
Shiny, not always gold. Shiny can be dust. Shiny can be sparkle, sparkle.
And he's got a point there as well. So, you don't need to spend a lot of money to make your first date shiny. You can do something that's cheap but intimate and exciting. Yeah, so one of my favorite first dates was to actually go for early morning coffee and then watch the sunrise together. We got to spend a lot of time talking. We got to have an intimate connection, get to know each other really well on a human foundational level, and enjoy the sunrise. It showed that I cared enough to wake up early. It showed enough that I cared enough to go pick them up, to spend time with them, and it didn't really cost a lot of money.
Gold value only to big company. Rich, money. Sparkle, no like for company. Happy like sparkle. Happy don't need gold. Happy needs sparkle.
And that's true as well. There are some people who will only value gold, who only value the expensive stuff. They need you to take them out for a steak dinner or lobster. But those types of relationships are not foundationally solid. They're more like a business exchange where you value them monetarily rather than emotionally, and they're not stable. Nor are they long-lasting. My favorite relationship, my favorite date, was actually when I came over and we had dinner and we watched a movie together at their place. That was it. It costed me almost no money, but that was probably one of the most memorable dates that I've ever had in my entire life. We got to find out what we had in common, what kind of interests we shared, stuff that we like to watch, stuff that we like to eat, and it created this entire intimate moment, and it was shiny, but it wasn't gold. And honestly, I think that's where people make mistakes these days. They think that the fancy dinners, the high-end expensive shopping trips, those are the only ideas of dates. But dates can be something that's nice, that's almost mundane but sweet and romantic. And let's be honest, if you're in it for the long term in a long-term relationship, you don't want the over-exciting dates. Those are not going to be the norm. Those are not going to be your everyday. Your everyday is going to be mundane.
Mud slap.
Okay.
Mud play.
I guess he's right again. You play in the mud. You have fun. You enjoy the little things. You're not going to wake up on a Monday morning exhausted, trying to come up with a reason to get out of work, and then try to come up with another reason to get away from seeing your significant other because you're way too excited to take them out to a restaurant today. That's just way too many lies. That's one lie is bad enough. Can you imagine coming up with two lies? You get back into your cage right now. He just can't hold the Rago. Ragosh? Aren't you supposed to be keeping an eye on him?
I got distracted by the dragon dogs. Are we talking about the dragon dongs today?
No, that's episode 2. Episode 2 will be on dragon dongs.
Episode 2? Wait, what episode is this? Time travel is such a headache.
I hate these voices in my head. So, back to dating advice, I guess, right? You want the mundane to be fun. You want to wake up on the Monday, tell your boss you're sick, and then spend the day with the person you love, watching TV, going out for a walk, having coffee, maybe sneaking in a cake where no one is looking. That's where the relationship will truly flourish. When you have years to spend together, the mundane has to be the best part of it. And to establish whether the mundane can be fun is through dates like this: board game nights, coffee dates, TV show days, where you binge a show together, movie nights, that kind of stuff. So, next time you're up for a first date, suggest one of these. And if they come back at you being like, I got to do way better. You got to like take me out for dinner. You got to like spend $1,000 on our first date. That's the red flag you get away from. All that glitters ain't gold, my friend.
Hey, that's my line.
Wait, what?
You just got into idioms and proverbs. Isn't that my segment?
Right. Segment 2, right. Idioms and proverbs. We have that. I forgot about that. Well, I already mentioned all that glitters isn't gold, so let's just go right into that one. All that glitters isn't gold is a proverb from the Shakespeare play Merchant of Venice. So in the story, it's kind of cool. This king, he's about to die, blah, blah. I think he's already dead. I don't really remember. And then he wants his daughter to get married. So he comes up with these 3 boxes, caskets, whatever. And each of them are a different color. One is gold, silver, lead, blah, blah, blah. And like he basically asks like the daughter's suitors to come and pick a box. And the daughter's suitors come in, and the rich guy comes in, blah, blah, blah. He opens a golden suitcase. Inside it is this card that basically goes like, all that glitters isn't gold. And then it ends up that the lead box is the one that actually holds the picture of the daughter, which is what you need to find in order to marry her. Now, the concept of this saying is that even if something glitters, even if something is shiny, it's not gold, as in it's not valuable to you. But there's more to it. Like when you watch the whole play, read the whole play, listen to the whole play, something, the whole play, you have this entire concept where you go, there's gold in the mundane. Like the lead box is the one that holds the daughter's picture, that holds the gold, quote unquote, so to speak, right? So that's the full concept of it, and we don't always explore that concept when we come to all that glitters, because we're always saying like, oh, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, and that's what we associate with the saying all that glitters. But all that glitters also has this other meaning, the side meaning, where it goes, but the gold can be found in the mundane. And I guess that goes back to what Harpy was saying earlier about
the shiny.
Yeah, that shiny. The shiny stuff, the things that aren't gold, can still hold gold inside of it, even though it looks like gold. You know what? If you get what I mean. So there is that. There is the beauty in the mundane idea, which I think is actually very interesting. Although technically this is pretty close to the original saying, and it's not completely misconstrued. And Dragos, did you even read the concept for this segment?
You said to find things people get wrong.
Yeah, but like, okay, even though technically it's not exactly the concept, like all that glitters isn't gold, it's not like exactly being used to say the mundane is good, but the core is still the same. This is a pretty accurate example. This is a pretty accurate use. We can't use this for the segment.
Well, you said it was created by Shakespeare, but it was made in the 12th and 13th century.
Wait, what?
So, I did find a mistake.
Okay, you're trying to sound like the Rocker.
No, he's not.
Put him back in the cage, please. Please put him back in the cage. Please put him back in the cage. Drago is right, though. Right, it did originate in the 12th and 13th century. There were, like, French and Latin writings where it was already mentioned. The French monk Alain de Lusso, well, whatever. He, in Latin, non om quod nietet. What am I? Is that just someone who right now? Okay, let me try that again. Non om quod nietet. What am I? And there's someone demon. Quick. Just what I needed. The demon in my back. I've already got a maniac, a time-traveling dwarven whatever, and a goblin, and now I have a demon. My mom's gonna kill me. But the Latin phrase means, do not hold everything gold that shines like gold. And that was from 1175. And there are just like a bunch more stuff like that from 1546. There was one in the Canon's Yeoman's Tale. Stuff like that, which is really, really cool. Wait, was Canon Yeoman's Tale in 1546, or was that House of Fame? Wow. This stuff is old, yo. Speaking of old, did you guys hear that scientists found, like, dinosaur cells and blood vessels from 68 million years ago? Like, what? What? Like, not like fossils, not like bones and stuff, and not like oil, but like actual blood vessels and cells and stuff like that. They found that after 68 million years. That worries me. With that kind of tissue, can't they like clone a dinosaur? Or like Jurassic Park everything? Like, oh my god, I am terrified. Oh god.
Dinosaurs would be delicious. I've eaten dino meat. T-Rex tail is a delicious thing to eat.
Oh, I forgot you two were here. Okay. Well, this could be a terrifying find if it wasn't from 2005. These articles are released now. People are talking about it now, 2025. The latest article that I saw is from March 18th, 2025. 2025. That's the year we are living in, 2025.
Wait, 2025? No, this cannot be 2025. The platypuses are the ones who are in charge, right?
None, the humans are in charge.
Oh, guess I'm a couple of years too early. Oh,
A couple of years. Dude, I just started the show. Like, what do you mean a couple of years?
Well, you'll find out soon enough. I will go have some rum.
No, Dragos, come back. Couple of years? What? Okay. I guess it doesn't matter if the show picks up or not, then. Cool. So, March 18, 2025 was when some of these articles were published, as recent as a couple of weeks ago. But this was actually discovered in 2005, and somehow none of us heard about it. Like, no one talked about it. And more importantly, how have we not seen giant dinosaurs already destroying the world by now? Unless they do exist, and they're humanoid, and they're influencing the world. Is that why everything's going to shit? Is that why we're doomed to be taken over by the platypi? Are the dinosaur people real? Oh my god!
And they call me the crazy one.
Yeah. Something's definitely wrong with me when the rocker calls me crazy. Well, if we're gonna talk about crazy conspiracies and things that are not real, we might as well get into Greek mythology, I guess. Norse mythology? Roman mythology. No, it's Greek mythology. Please don't tell Terrence I got those confused. So that's who we're gonna actually talk to right now. My friend Terrence Andrews. He is an expert when it comes to mythology. He actually wrote the book, like the literal book, on 21st Century Guide to Mythology, Greek Myths Retold, and 21st Century Guide to Mythology, Arthurian Myths Retold. Yeah! 21st Century Guide to Mythology by Terrence Andrews. You can find that on Amazon right now. Like, seriously, right now. Alright, Terrence, you said you got a fun fact for us, I think, about the Odyssey? Odysseus? The odd thing?
Go to bed, man. Alright, so basically, the thing that everyone is into right now is the classic epic that is the Odyssey, right?
The guy who basically came up with the story where only he survives?
I mean, being fair, he didn't come up with the story, he just failed to die upwards. So one of the things I think people forget about the Odyssey is, like, 97% of the Odyssey was not Odysseus' fault. It was mostly a mix of bad luck and his crew being stupid.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like, 97% of the Odyssey is not Odysseus' fault. It's a mix of bad luck and his crew being idiots.
But can you give me a quick recap for the people who don't know the Odyssey? Guilty.
What it is? The Odyssey. So the Odyssey is the story of Odysseus of Ithaca and his 10-year journey to get home, which would have been like a 2-week journey if he didn't screw up, if his crew didn't screw up, and if everyone involved had gotten over themselves for like 5 minutes.
Wait, I thought they were after the Golden Fleece or something.
No, that's Jason. We will talk about Jason another day because I have thoughts about Jason. Many thoughts.
We'll get back to Jason by episode 3.
So really, the entire problem of the Odyssey starts right after the Trojan War. They're all trying to get home, and Odysseus' crew is like, "Hey, boss, yeah, we're out of food." What do you mean we're out of food? I mean, we are out of everything. We are on the ocean. Can't you guys just fish? No. So they decide to do something called a land raid, which is when they just bust into a place and start stealing,
From the ocean.
Well, no, a land raid. They bust into a place and raid the land to get food and stuff.
No, I mean, so they're in the ocean and they decided to go to the nearest land to raid it. Food.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, it's nothing that Luffy hasn't done.
And Odysseus is like, all right, guys, listen very closely. I need you guys to do me a really big favor. Just grab the food and get out. We are not Agamemnon's men. We are not going to sit here. We're not going to go Billy Berserk. We're going to get in, get food, and get out. Great plan, right?
Yeah, I mean, like...
Excellent.
Quick, fast-paced, easy.
Yeah.
Like, be a rogue, roll 20 on stealth, in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Odysseus' men instead sack the town, kill most of the men, and divide the women and plunder among themselves, and begin to feast. Right, Odysseus is like, we need to go now. This is not the plan. What are you doing? What are you idiots doing? It turns out pretty bad because the people of Ismaris go to the nearby towns. They get other people, and they go, hey, round 2, and just proceed to murder 1 in 10 of Odysseus' men while they flee back to the boats. And that's how the Odyssey starts. Great beginning, right? Just doing some really solid work here.
That sounds eerily familiar. I'm not entirely convinced that they don't have a 3-sword style man in this Odyssey of yours.
Yeah, that's the beginning, and then after that we get, of course, them being blown away to Polyphemus Island, where Odysseus is like, that is a Cyclops. All right, guys, what's the plan? We should eat his sheep. That was a terrible plan, boss. We are very hungry, and again, we have no idea where home is. We really need to stock up. Oh my god. All right. Which leads to them being captured by the Cyclops, which leads to the Cyclops eating 12 of them, which leads to Odysseus blinding the Cyclops, which leads to Odysseus' one and only mistake in the entire story. Like, this is the only time he messes up. He tells the Cyclops his real name. He's like, by the way, Cyclops, Polyphemus, tell all your other Cyclops friends that it was Odysseus of Ithaca who blinded you. That's Odysseus. Son of Laertes, all right? Remember that name. Wait. And then the Cyclops, Polyphemus, is like, that's a good name. I'm going to tell my dad beside that name.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I have a secret identity to protect the people that I love, which is why no one shall ever know I am Bruce Wayne. Oh my God. Okay, well, we'll stop here, but I want to hear more. If you guys are interested in hearing more about Odysseus and the Odyssey in a fun way, come back in for episode 2. Thanks a lot, Terrence.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that was fun. Thank you so much, Terrence, for that as well. We will continue with the Odyssey in episode 2 of Good Morning, Good Night. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and come back in a couple of days when we launch episode 2. All right, whether you're going to bed now at 3 a.m. in the morning or waking up for the first time at 3 in the afternoon, we are here to have this time with you. Good morning and good night, my friends.